Welcome, guys, to With All Due Respect, your podcast show for the GFW. We are back. It has been a long time since we've been able to do a show. It's been so long. I think it's been almost a month. We've had a pay-per-view come out. We've had another show come out. And then a third show will drop in just a couple of days. We apologize for the long absence between shows. Life happens and things happen, and we just have had a hard time getting together with Ebarb and myself, but we are so glad that you've tuned in today. And speaking of Mr. Ebarb, let's bring him on in here to the show. Ebarb, welcome to With All Due Respect, man. How is your Monday afternoon going?
Oh, it's going excellent. It's my last day from 3 days off of work, and just been playing some wrestling all day and doing some housework. So everything's going great on my end.
Are you starting to feel the WrestleMania vibe? Is that starting excitement building up? What are you ready for some WrestleMania?
I am. So WrestleMania Sunday, we're actually going to be balling crawfish and then coming back and watching it. My baby brother actually won tickets today, and he's taking my dad, so now they'll be able to go out there, and that's going to be awesome for them.
Yeah, he's already hit me up for a place to stay, but I had to break his little heart because we actually will not be staying at home. We'll be staying in the city, but it'll be a good time. We'll get to hang out. I was trying to get you to come see me, but you're not going to come. But I will be at Ring of Honor Supercard. I'm also going to be at WrestleMania. It's going to be a ton of fun. But guys, did not come here to hear us talk about WrestleMania, though we should. It would be fun to add like a little section on the podcast where we talk about New World Japan, we talk about Ring of Honor, we talk about WWE. I think we might have to add that to some of our podcasts. So, look, let's jump into it. We missed our pay-per-view. We didn't get to recap it. We're not going to jump that far back. I mean, that's been almost a month ago now. But if you did not watch the pay-per-view, you're missing it. It was excellent work. A lot of big-time things happened. We crowned some new champions in our league with a rookie champion, a U.S. champion, and then, of course, we had the hardcore and the world championship that was both defended. So lots of good stuff on that show. Make sure that you go back and watch that. But coming off of that show, we decided to have a night of contenders to find out what was going to happen next for our next couple of shows. How are we going to build towards the next pay-per-view, which we will be announcing here on the very next card. We'll announce the pay-per-view. We'll have the arenas out, and it'll be a whole lot of fun. We're going to build up towards that. Also, just kind of caveat to add to this, we will be having a brand new intro video that's being made right now for us, so that should come out really soon. Hopefully you'll see it on this next card, which will drop. I think everything is due tomorrow or Wednesday, one of those days, and then we'll get it put out for you guys. So let's go to Chaos number 37. This show actually came out. We're not going to put the show up because we just want to get a brief show out there, but match one was Aiden Steele versus Jay Logan, and this was actually a really good match. Jay steals the win. You need to go watch it. Jay was announced on this show to be a part of the Gentlemen's Club. That name kind of escaped me for a second there, and it's my fraction, but he was part of the Gentlemen's Club, and he gets a big win against Aiden Steele. I want to say it was probably my favorite match on the card. I thought it was a really, really good match, even though Tex versus Jack Thunder does come away with a, we'll get to that one, but that was still my favorite match. I thought Aiden Steele versus Jay Logan was my favorite match. We also had Mercer versus Cactus Gage. Mercer disappeared, had to let him go. That match didn't happen. Captain Alex versus Dustin White took place. Captain Alex comes away with the win. He is the #1 contender for the U.S. title going into the next pay-per-view. J Mac versus Blake Sabin for the #1 rookie contender. J Mac comes away with that victory. He's going to be the #1 contender to go against his other faction teammate and buddy. And then finally, Tex versus Jack Thunder. And we get a brand new hardcore champion in Tex. This was a good show. It was a little light on role plays. We were hoping to get a little bit more stuff. But overall, what did you think about this show? What was your favorite match? What were some takeaways?
Yeah, so I really enjoyed the whole thing. The Jay versus Aiden match, it was really good. I kind of messed up at the end there, which kind of cost me the match. Then you had, like you said, you have Dirk versus Blake. Blake is this character that's kind of really coming along, and he's slowly moving up as far as match types and everything. Um, then you've got it wasn't Dirk, it was Shada. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
yeah. So those are really that's some really good characters there. I really like both of them, the way they look, the way they wrestle. Um, but all in all, Tex versus Jack was a really fun match I got to play. Um, it's to me it was kind of a fast, quick match. I wish I could have made it go a little bit longer, but when it's a title match, I'm kind of not looking for amusement there. I'm looking to win a title. So, but all in all, I liked all the matches. I think they all came out really good. Everybody's putting in a lot of work when it comes to editing their videos and everything. Um, it was a really good match. I really enjoyed them all.
Yeah, I thought it was a good card. Was the night of contenders. We have a couple more contenders to kind of figure out, but that brings us to card number 38, the return of the champ, or the champ returns. Cactus Gage was not on the last card, but he does return for this card. This is the card that's actually due here. Let me give you the exact date. So it's actually due Wednesday. So you guys have a couple more days to go ahead and get your matches done, get it out. Here's my concern. So let's just go through here first. Let's talk about the card first. J-Mac versus Cactus Gage. Corgi the Reaper against Aiden Steele. Captain Alex against Jay Logan or Captain Alex and Jay Logan in a tag match against Uptown Mike and Rufus. Both of those are starting a little feud with each other. And then, of course, Captain and Jay are the new members of the Gentleman's Club. Blake Saban against Dirk Demoise. And then Dustin White versus Tex in a hardcore match, not for the title or number one contender. This is actually a match for punishment for Mr. Dustin White. That's something that came out on card number 37, that Dustin broke a table at the pay-per-view, and Luna's way of punishing him was to put him in a match of her choosing, and so she chose to put him in a hardcore match to make him pay against Tex. I think if out of all of these matches, that's the one that I'm more interested in seeing. Even though Blake Saban versus Dirk Demoise, we did see Blake Saban get introduced to the Hired Guns, not officially become a part, but did get introduced to the Hired Guns. So that's an interesting match, but Dustin White versus Tex in a hardcore match, totally not Dustin's bread and butter to be in a hardcore match. I'm interested to see how he kind of does in that match, but this should be a very full card. We're going to have our first tag match. Now, I will admit, this tag match needed to be redone, and we just couldn't make it happen, which kind of brings me to my concern, and then I'll throw it over to you. But it's been really quiet for about 3 weeks in the chat. The watch show parties have been great. We've tended the last watch show party for 37. We had like 5 or 6 guys at that one. We're going to start trying to do those live, like we're doing this show live. So that even people who can't attend can still go back and watch. But also, it's just been quiet. Like, there are no DMs. I have no clue where Dirk and help me out here, Dirk and Logan, Shouta, I don't know, J-Mac, that's the word I was looking for. J-Mac and Dirk have completely disappeared. Uptown Mike has been quiet, but I know he's working his way through school. He's going to be finishing some things here. Even Rufus has been really quiet. I know that he's making a second character. He's already got a ton of characters, but everybody's been really, really quiet. If it wasn't myself or Dustin or Aiden or even every now and then we'll hear from Blake. He's pretty active in there. So I guess that's I just want to see some more activity. Like, the DMs are only happening between a handful of guys. It's been super duper quiet. Nobody's really posted about the shows in the last 2 shows that we put out. Nobody seems to be excited about it anymore. I don't know what it is that we're missing. We're going to be unveiling some new kind of like FPR rules around cruiserweights and super heavyweights. We've been testing some things, and so we're just trying to even the playing field and make it a fair game. But overall, I'm excited about this card. It has a lot of potential, but I'm worried because I don't hear that guys are working together. I know in our tag match that there was an idea to role-play together, but yet no one's role-playing together. It just worries me when I see that lack of activity. What do you think about this card? What do you think is going to happen as we kind of go through card number 38?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've been kind of scared. It's gone from where we went from everybody talking pretty much every night. It was getting really active inside there, and now we've kind of gone dead. All day yesterday, I kept asking for DMs all day, and finally at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, I finally got an answer. I get Dustin's in college. Uptown Mike's doing college. J Mac lives overseas, so it's hard for him to kind of get in some of these DMs with us.
And I
But I
think
mean,
Dirk
even
has a
just
new
the
job,
NXT,
maybe, but like, there's nothing like you said.
yeah,
There's not a. There's
job,
not even like 2 messages or 3 messages a week. Sometimes we'll go 10 days and not hear from people.
yeah. So it's just gotten really quiet, and all in all, if work life takes a precedence over this 100%, but at the same time, we consider all of us to be brothers. And so when I don't hear from any of y'all, I actually do get worried about y'all. So like me and Dirk, we actually got to talk yesterday for about 5-10 minutes, kind of just picking his brain about some things, and so they're there. There's just life's going on, so everybody's kind of gotten quiet. But we do want to hear from y'all still. We kind of still want to talk to y'all and just see how everything's going, because even though it comes down to basically like me and Nate kind of making sure the show goes where it goes, we still want y'all to talk and get y'all's input on stuff. It was Eflo Rufus. He brought up the whole tag match rules.
Yeah.
And we sat down and we kind of went over those and looked at it, and that's the kind of stuff we want. Like we want to know your input. I know Jay Logan, Dirk, J Mac, Eflo, all of these guys are in another league also. I think Jay might be in like 2 or 3 other leagues. I'm not 100% sure. But, if y'all are seeing something over there that might work for us, throw it out there. Let us look at it. Let us talk. We want to build this together, not just me and Nate doing all this by ourselves. We don't want y'all to think, they make all the rules, it's their way or no way. That's not how we do this. We look at everything when it comes to stuff. Just like you said a while ago, we're looking at the new rules for the cruiserweights and super heavyweights. And the reason we're doing that is because when we started this, we originally planned for only lightweights and heavyweights. So we didn't plan for cruiserweights, or we didn't plan for super heavyweights. And to have those super heavyweights and cruiserweights to kind of be able to go in the same stat range as a light heavyweight or a heavyweight, it's not fair. You've got cruiserweights that are able to pick up these super heavyweights now, or you've got super heavyweights that are able to be as agile and fast. So that's why we kind of are looking into this, because we want to make sure it's as realistic as possible, guys. It's nothing about any player on here. I don't want anybody to get upset like, oh, they're changing up because of this. That's not why we're doing it. We are making this show to be super realistic. Like we are putting this is passion for us. We're really into this. So when we look at it, we don't want, no offense or anything. I don't want nobody to get upset, but I don't want to see Rufus running up and down faster than a cruiserweight can.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to see a cruiserweight doing more damage than a super heavyweight can.
Yeah.
And I get everybody takes damage differently. Everybody gets to pick their own stats and all that. That's fine. We just want to put rules in place that these guys can't. And I'm not saying we're not going to change light heavyweights or heavyweights, because I'm going to look into that also. I don't think it's fair that we're only changing 2 weight classes when the light heavyweights and the heavyweights going to have the same stuff. We may keep what we have now for heavyweights and change some stuff for the light heavyweights, but we want it to be as realistic as possible.
Yeah.
So everything comes around, we want to hear from y'all. We want to know what y'all are saying. When we put these rules out, talk to us about them. Don't get butt hurt and upset and be like, I'm quitting because y'all are making me change my call and this and that. No, talk to us. We'll go through all this all together, and then we can make a decision on what to do.
Yeah, and I'd also say this. One of the things that I think I learned from the OCW that I really liked, that I felt like we had the first time that the GFW was around, and it got out of hand and we lost it too fast, and it kind of unraveled. But, like, the buy-in where guys wanted to, like, I get, like you said, like a lot of these guys play in multiple leagues. totally cool. Like, you do you, you go have fun, you play as many leagues as you want. But like, I'm looking also for some buy-in for guys who want to make this a really great place. Like, this is one league and a part of like 15 different leagues that are going on here, from Fortnite to NASCAR to Madden to Call of Duty. Like, there's a zillion different games that we all play here, and you have a website that's all integrated, a big YouTube following, a big Twitter following. I get that we are not the best of the best when it comes to the WWE leagues, but I'm looking for guys like, his name is slipping my brain, but the guy who's making the video for us. Help me out.
Jalen.
Jalen, that's it. Like Jalen, right? Like Uptown Mike. Even though we don't hear a lot from him, he's in Puerto Rico. There's a time difference. He's also in college and all that. Guys like Ebarb, guys like Dustin White, who are willing to like invest to make this league the best that we can. I feel like we put in the extra work. We listen to you. We give you an opportunity to watch the show together, to give your input, to give your feedback. We put out cards. We write role plays. I mean, I put all this together in a one YouTube video that's not taking me months to do. I turn your stuff around in 2 days usually. You got 10 days to do it. I turn it around usually in 2 days and create a show. A lot of these big shows, they're having to redo their matches 10 times. It takes them a month to create a show. Look, like, we are producing a really good quality product. We've got amazing, I feel, amazing belts that everybody, can be proud of. You've got really good stuff, stories that are being told. We're doing this podcast. You have a live YouTube feed, Twitch feed, a Twitter following. Like, there's just a lot to be proud of in this community. I feel like we're doing it the right way, and I'm just not seeing the buy-in that I want to see. And so we're going to keep looking for more people, and we're going to keep adding to this EFED and look for guys who want to come in and want to invest. I'd love to have a women's division. I'd love to have a cruiserweight division. Hell, I'm just trying to get a tag team division started right now. I can't even get you guys to start tag teams. So, like, with all due respect, the name of this show, get it together. Like, help invest into it. Talk, invest your energies. Like, we had so many guys that started out really, really hot here, and they were part of shows, and they were, talking. Like, look, I love Jay Logan. Like, he was all in the first very night he got here. He got his stuff submitted. He was talking WWE from it feels like since then I ain't heard from him. Like, unless you PM him, you don't hear from him. He's never in chat. So I'm just like, I'm calling you guys out because I'm trying to raise the bar here. That Ebarb and Dustin White and myself, we're kind of the committee that runs everything here. And look, we're trying our very best, but at the same time, we need some help from you guys.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like we've said before. We could do this somewhere else. It's not the same though, and we like the group of guys we have here. We like
Agreed.
that y'all are all here, and we don't want to change any of that. So we're doing this with y'all, not for y'all, not because we can. We're doing this with y'all. Like, we're a team on this. Even though there's three main guys that are kind of sitting down and decide yes or no on things, we want to hear from y'all. We want to know what y'all are thinking, what y'all what y'all want to try to do. But at the same time, like, y'all got to invest in this with us.
Yeah. And look, we don't have it here. I in my community as a whole, we don't have drama. We don't have issues. We don't have name calling. We don't have any of that stuff, right? We have a really good group of guys, whether it's in the WWE League or the big community chat, right? Like, I know you personally play Fortnite. I play in a multiple league here, whether it's golf, whether it's WWE. I'm in the NASCAR League. I play in the OMFL, which I created 19 years ago. So, like, I just think there's a lot of positives to wanting to be here. And a lot of you talked big games when you came here. And we've given you a platform to be creative, to find other members to join here, to take off with your call and really, like, do some stuff. And to be honest, it hasn't happened. And it's been a little bit of a letdown. And it seems like since the pay-per-view, it's been downhill from there. We're going to keep doing our thing, right? And if you've lost interest, if you don't want to do this anymore, we don't want to replace you. We want you to be here, but we're going to go find guys that want to be here, want to be active, and we're just going to keep doing that. I play in another league. I actually don't do a whole lot there because this is my number one. I actually haven't even had a match there in the 3 weeks that I've been over there. But even then, it's like this place gets all my energy. It's all my creativity. It gets everything. And I'm looking for more guys who are willing to make this place really really great. Like Jalen, who's making the video, and I understand life and school and all that stuff happens, but we can also step our game up and do a little bit better job. So, look, this is going to be a fun card. I can't wait to see this card. There should be some fun matches. I can tell you right now there's definitely going to be some shocking matches, but overall, it should be a really, really good card. Closing thoughts. What do you think about this card?
I'm excited about this card. You know, me and Pizza, me and Dustin, we really every time we get together, I love our matches. Um, you know, there's always a really good flow with them and everything. He's on a big losing streak, so we'll see if he's not able to kind of come back from that or not. Um, you know, we got Blake versus Dirk. You know, we told Blake in the Guns for Hire, like, prove to us you should be with us and everything. So it's gonna be fun to see what he does. Dirk is an awesome competitor. I really do like watching him go up against guys. Um, the tag match, you know, that's always something. You never know what's going to happen. You have four guys in a match, not two, and so you got to actually kind of work well together. You know, um, I know me and you, we used to tag together, and we would talk while we were having our matches and everything to kind of help each other out, let know what's going to go on, um, and we did pretty well. But you know, then you've got Aiden. Um, versus a new guy. You know, this the Corgi the Reaper. You know, be the first match he's ever had. Um, it's going to be something really cool to see. I really did like the way his guy looks and everything. His move set's really cool. His entrance is very well done. Um, so it's something, you know. And like I said, I want us to all work together. And if y'all want to attack me, you know, tell me, you know, y'all want to make something work out with one of my guys or anything like that, just ask. You know, we're all about helping out and making the show look cool. You know, you've got the blackout crew. You know that they've said that, you know, we're going to black people out. We're going to do this. I haven't seen them attack anybody yet after any matches.
I haven't
Uh,
hardly seen a role play from them.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whether they're staying together or not, you know, I don't know because I believe there was one role play not so long ago that said like they were going to start feuding or something. I'm not sure what's going on with them. Um, but I mean, if you look at it, you know, like I kind of set up to where Aiden and Dustin with the Guns for Hire thing, you know, is if someone leaves and they don't put their match in on time or whatever, we can use that to our advantage to where, hey, there's a contract out on this guy. Go take him out before his match. And that's kind of, you know, how we can take people out of the show and whatnot. It's not just like, oh, they disappeared. You know, set yourself up for something. You know, same thing with the Blackout crew. You know, if somebody goes out, set it up to where y'all look like a huge heel if that's what y'all want to do. You know, our role play we did last week with me, Dustin, and Blake, you know, to me that was fun. All three of us got together at the same time on the role play page. We all typed everything out, went over everything. We did it all together, and it's fun that way, you know. And if you look at that role play, that's probably one of the best role plays the Guns for Hire has had in a long time. You know, it was awesome. But like, don't be afraid to use people. You know, send someone a message. Hey man, like I want to help getting my guy over. Can you help me out? You know, attack me afterwards. We'll start a feud. Let's put a video together. Do something. You know, if y'all need help putting a video together, I can pretty much download everybody's guy now except for I think I can't download Cactus, Dustin, Captain, and I think J Mac and Dirt. Those are the only ones. Everybody else I've got downloaded. Probably next month I'll get the pack so I can finish downloading everybody. If y'all need help putting a video together, get with me. I'll help y'all.
Yeah,
I
there's
usually
people that will help.
time. You know, I usually have free time every now and then where I can help y'all set videos up and everything.
And look, we've made it easy too. I mean, I've made videos that walks people step by step on how to do it. You personally have just taught yourself how to do it by using those videos. We have people that will help them put it together. We have people that will write with them. And hell, we have 10-day cards. You have 10 days. And usually I'll give an extension if we need to for a day to get this stuff put together. And some of you go 2 and 3 shows and give me like a 2-sentence role play. It's pathetic. Like, I'm expecting more from you and from your character. No one is that busy. Right? You're just not that busy. This weekend I was really quiet in the chat just because I had the off season. And if you're busy for 1 show or maybe even 2 shows, I can give you that. But if we start going 3, 4 shows, you're talking about 2 months worth of time that you've had to write some role plays and tell some stories. That's plenty enough time.
Yeah, and also at the same time, like I said earlier, there's a few of our guys that are in other leagues. If this isn't your primary league and you don't really care that much, you're just here to play matches and that's it, come out and tell us. You're not going to hurt our feelings, but don't sit there and waste our time where we're thinking, oh, yeah, he's going to get something good to us, this and that, and we keep getting nothing. Let us know that, hey, like, I'm just here to play a few matches, and I really like the league and everything. I just wanted to kind of play matches. Cool. Let us know. We'll understand stuff like that. But at the same time, like, don't keep us sitting here and not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting. Look, I think there's some new guys here that are trying to do what we're asking to be done. They are investing into their character, investing into this place. They are here to be, people who add to what we're doing. So that's exciting. And I'm excited about this card. It's been a busy couple of days for me here, and I'm pretty exhausted. But I got a couple of days to recoup before you guys get me your stuff. I'm already starting to get stuff together now. I'm going to sit down and write my role plays tomorrow for everybody. And so, look, get me your stuff. Get me your things. Write role plays. Talk to each other. Let's work together, and let's produce a really hella jam show so that people can enjoy watching on YouTube, because people are following our shows. They're all watching what we're doing, and just like this podcast, I just want to put out some really good stuff for people to really get into, and we'll do a better job of doing some more live stuff like we're doing this podcast. So, closing thoughts on card number 37 and 38 as we get ready for card 39 in about 3 days.
Super excited. I really want to see what some of these guys are going to do. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of the Dirk matches and everything. I think they're really great. I can't wait to see that. I'm really excited, to be honest, about the pay-per-view. All these title matches, because, like we said, Tex is the new hardcore champ. So to see Jack come back from that, I mean, is Jack going to be the same as the first major loss he's actually really had? Seeing the Blackout crew against each other. They said they always go 100% as hard as they can against each other. I want to see that. Aiden versus Captain again, and I say again because it's again and again and again. But Captain earned his shot. Dustin fell short. He got his shot again. Then we have Cactus. Don't think we have anybody for him yet. I think we got to figure something out about
Nobody's
that.
even asking. Like it's a little annoying. Nobody is even asking. This card is what I'm most excited about. It's pretty random. Like we really mixed it up this card. I think that you're going to see some really neat things that I'll show you. Like I think anything and everything can be written off in a role play. Even if you take a loss, it can be written off in a role play by just being creative, right? And so I think that this card's going to be good because it's random matches. But right now, Cactus doesn't have a match because nobody's stepped up. Nobody's asked for one, right? And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hold the freaking title. Like I know I'm not the best player here. I get better every time I get to play, right? I'm just telling good stories. I've won my matches. No one else is setting up to challenge me. And if I just show up to the freaking pay-per-view, I'm going to role play the hell out of it. I'm going to call you guys out, and I'm going to freaking try to embarrass you in a role play because none of you are stepping up to try to challenge for that. But I am excited about the matches that are set for the pay-per-view, and I'm excited to see who else kind of steps up and starts to make themselves known here to show me what they got. So, look, talk, DM, get me your stuff. Let's have a good time. I think this would be a good card.
Yep, I totally agree with you. I think it's going to be great.
Sweet. Well, we just ripped out a really quick show, less than 35 minutes here, 32 minutes and 19 seconds. So, look, just a quick show. The new show will drop probably Thursday or Friday. I'm actually gone this weekend, and I'm sure Evar's going to be busy. But early next week, he and I will get together, maybe like a Monday or Tuesday, maybe Sunday night. We can do a watch party, and then like that Monday or Tuesday, we can get together and do a podcast and get a much longer podcast where we actually talk about all the different matches. It should be a ton of fun. So for Ebar, for all the leadership here at the GFW, thanks so much for watching. With all due respect, we will see you guys on the other side. Peace.
See you guys later.